Hello, welcome to Stories with Lynn. This is a story I call Memorial Day, The Sullivans. As I have mentioned before, many of my stories are letters. This is a letter I sent to my parents, some dozen years ago or so. Memorial Day and The Sullivans. Dad, the best of Memorial Day to you. Thank you for your service in World War II. And you too, Mom, for the sacrifice your family made when Uncle Harlan didn't come home. Recently, I came to a little bit different perspective on a story for today. The Navy named a destroyer the Sullivans, after 5 Sullivan brothers who were lost at sea in World War II. The Sullivan brothers were assigned to the light cruiser Juno, and when she sank, they all perished with her. The Juno was hit by a submarine torpedo in her magazines after receiving severe battle damage the night before, and she blew sky high. The fury of an exploding volcano was the descriptive phrase used at the time by one witness. The task force commander didn't even peel off an escort to see if there were any survivors. He was relieved for that later. But no one thought anyone could survive such an explosion. It turned out there were a few. They had a hideous adrift at sea experience, losing more each day as it continued. Finally, they were found and rescued. Only a couple out of a crew of almost 700. Saving Private Ryan without the saving part. And so the Navy no longer assigns brothers or now sisters to the same ship. And as I said, they named that destroyer after them. Well, the boys are the celebrated ones, but maybe they weren't the only ones who carried a real burden. Oh, gentle here, for I mean only the greatest of respect. The boys died quick. They may not have even known what hit them. Heroes to be sure. May they rest in peace. But Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan carried that sacrifice for the rest of their days, not only when the Navy captain and chaplain came to their house with the perfectly astonishing, dreadful news. Oh, there must have been innumerable times passing a schoolyard, or catching a fellow townfolk's second glance of well-intentioned sympathy. Or maybe just sitting with each other in the living room of the now suddenly empty nest. The boys are the remembered ones, but I think maybe Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Sullivan of Waterloo, Iowa, carried a real burden. One thinks of the words Abraham Lincoln wrote to the mother in Boston, I think, in a similar circumstance. He wrote of the great sacrifice laid on the altar of freedom with such humbly magnificent words. It puts a different cast, almost sacred, on this day of remembrance. So thank you, Dad, for your service. And thank you, Mom, too, for the sacrifice your family made. The best of Memorial Day to you. Love, your son, Lynn. The actual ship, the USS The Sullivans, is a museum ship in the Buffalo Naval Park in Buffalo, New York. Recently, she sprang a leak in her plates, and her stern settled to the bottom in her berth there. These museum ships are such wonderful, complex, and inspirational touchstones. Indeed, they are a national treasure. I urge you to contribute. There are people who have sacrificed for you. Contribute in remembrance of them.